their next drive. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Well, they've already allowed 3 sacks in this first half. Now a holding penalty.
So I think drastic measures had to be taken, right? The regular way was not working. He was getting hit almost every snap, it felt like. They had to try and keep him upright.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
No double type of offense.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Luck now to throw. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. And this third down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long.
Hey, Foxtrot, Foxtrot. Let's go, hey.
Lock. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Justin Reed. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. Here's Jones on first down. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. A big play there. On his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns as his guys continue to pour it on. So not only is that his 3rd touchdown catch of the game, he's done it here in the first half.
I'm not sure defensively what they're going to come up with to slow him down, because already we're seeing him run past, over, through guys in order to make these catches. And being able to try and shut him down at this stage of the game, it's going to take a lot of effort. So maybe it'll open things up for some other people.
Well, they better figure something out, and soon. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Another scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Throwing his line. And the throw there going to be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed, if there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Fielded just inside the 30. A minute 52 to play until halftime. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. The secondary has been roasted in this first half, and they get a measure of revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back. But that's one step in the proper direction.
And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things that's gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget.
Don't get nervous.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up fourth down.
They don't want it, fellas. They don't want it. Keep playing hard, fellas, all day. Woo! Let's get it.
Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they stop it prior to what will be an important fourth down. So on trots the field goal unit, and wow, this is going to be a challenge here. They spot it on the midfield stripe, so it is a 60-yard attempt here. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost. And that right there is something we've seen, I don't know, 15 times in NFL history. That will officially go down as a 60-yard field goal.
And everything has to be absolutely perfect for this to have any chance. He's got to get it out low and really drive through it. And I tell you, that was one heck of a kick. One heck of a decision on the sideline to even try it as well.
Fairbairn now following the made field goal. He'll send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Ready, break.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's Locke. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they did incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. To throw is Locke. And that is incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. Well, that looked for a second like he might take it all the way, but as it stands, it's still a massive return. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Jones. And this one complete to Smith. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Odell Beckham as the first half is winding down as his guys continue to put this one out of reach.
Heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. It's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the 3rd quarter. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They had a big first half. Now they have a chance to add to that lead here in the opening possession of the 2nd half.
And everyone always asks about halftime adjustments, kind of the key phrase. What did you do at halftime? Well, the way they ran offense in the first half, I think they were very calm, congratulatory, but also what they were saying is don't expect them to be the same on defense. They'll be the ones making the adjustments. Let's see what they do, and we'll attack accordingly.
And we'll see how they attack here. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Jones, that's complete to Wayne. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards. So the big play gets them across midfield now for 1st and 10. Jones now operating from the gun. He's going to look for Beckham in the end zone. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. Well, sometimes when you try to defend OBJ, you're going to get a PI call.
You might get a PI called at just about any point during his route. And I think a lot of teams have taken the whole philosophy of, hey, just go ahead and do what you have to do and hope eventually they'll quit calling it. But not in this case. They dropped the flag for pass interference.
And this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Kane, and he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year as his guys continue to pour it on. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and the lead will swell by 1 more. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And a nice job there on special teams as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
They start on the ground with McCaffrey, and he'll just get back to the line of scrimmage, if that. And with a flag on the field, and that one looks to be in the area where someone was held. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Hey, high 7. Come get some. Come on here. Come get down.
Back to throw. Love. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Now throwing on 3rd down, but he cannot connect.
And we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. They'll call that a 61-yard punt. He got all of that one. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And not much. Maybe a yard up to the 29. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. From the gun, Jones. It's caught by OBJ. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. 10 yards there, good enough for a Texan 1st down. This quarterback now nearing the 300-yard mark with still a quarter to play. It's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Jones. He'll let it go deep from... This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Houston. Odell Beckham with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that will extend this big lead. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the 1st down run goes backwards. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Go. Go.
Right back to him on 1st down. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Set, 8, read. Now. 34.
On 2nd down, here's a run with Singletary. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. Up front, the struggles continue for this offense among the line. What can they do? Change the play calling? What?
I think part of that, yes, changing some of the play calls, some screens, some draws, some misdirection. You want to run any type of a play that will influence these guys to continue to get upfield and find a way to use that against them and slip things in behind them. So some quick passes could work as well.
2 1st downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. On 1st down, they stick with Singletary. And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Watch the curl. Watch the curl.
A give, Singletary right side. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that's going to make it 3rd down and 10.
Hey, watch it. Watch it.
On 3rd down, they go with Singletary. And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. A rough go there on 3rd down, a loss of 4. Here's Ty Long now, as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
We own it.
They'll go right back to the ground with Falk. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up. We'll check on his status when we get back.
Let's go. 49.
I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play.
Jones, off play action. Steps away to his left. And that's caught by Smith. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. Got what they needed there. The drive continues with a 9-yard pickup. Back now in Houston. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
I'm going to run you over.
Now Jones. From the gun, he'll throw. Eluding the pressure right. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you could put yourself in jeopardy.
Here I come. Here I come. Here I come.
Here's Jones. Throwing again. He's going to look deep for more. That's caught inside the 20. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. A big play there. 66 yards as his guys continue to pour it on. So another score there. Often you talk about the three phases of the game: defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a fourth phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the fourth quarter. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Pilot, 64, weak. Snap.
They'll run out of the gun with Singletary. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. A second down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
And it's 3rd down.
The Bills on 3rd down. They've had a lot of chances, but not much success, converting only 3 times. This is 3rd and 9.
Mike, 34. Squeeze, squeeze, double, double.
Clear.
34, Mike, 34. Scoop, scoop, scoop.
They'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Here's Ty Long now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. That's taken on the 25. A 46-yard boot, but just 36 following a pretty decent return of 10 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Now the throw here complete on the right sideline. And he is out of bounds inside the 30.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Trying to turn the corner, but they string him out and stop him at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. Jones now from the gun on 3rd down. He's going to go up top and got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. As his guys are in for 6. As his guys continue to put this one out of reach.
There's no doubt in my mind.
Did you hear that? Did you hear the...
It's not scales, right? I don't hear scales. Do I actually hear a tune being warbled?
I think the fat lady's humming.
Yeah, she's doing more than humming. She's belting it out right now.
Going. She's full bore.
Yeah, this thing is flat out finished.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Ready?
Singletary again. He'll have a first down past the 40. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. 22 yards there, a first down.
He's coming. Check in. Check in. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And here we go again. Here we go again.
They go.
They'll run on first down with Singletary. And Singletary has it stripped. And the Texans scoop it. Jones breaking from the contact. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Hey, watch the slant. 49.
Following the fumble recovery, Jones. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
The best quarterbacks that ever played the game all wanted to blend in with their teammates and be one of the guys. But sometimes you got to take modesty and put it aside. You're the franchise quarterback, the face of the team, and the guy that leads them to victory. You have to get down and protect yourself and not take hits like that.
Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs. Off the play fake, Jones. On the left side, a catch by White. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up 1st and goal. Running right, here's Falk. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
That didn't just feel like good defense there. That felt like pride, didn't it? He's already gotten into the end zone twice, trying to get there for a 3rd time. No one likes to have the hat trick against them.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd and goal now as they look to add a few more points here onto their total. On 2nd and goal, they'll give it to him again. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone could stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that is leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something.
And he's into the clear. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27. A big play here for Buffalo. 43 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Now a run with Singletary. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
He's checking crack.
On second down now, Singletary. 3 yards on the pickup there, and they've got it back to 3rd and 10. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since.
Check out read.
Undercrush.
On the ground, it's Singletary. And he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7.
Mike 34. Scoot. You ain't
They snap it to Locke. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and this Texans defense stands tall. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. He finds his target, Beckham. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21. A big-time play there for the Texans. 48 yards. It's caught. Beckham. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. That one looks like he'll throw here. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, I've got to laugh here, and I really don't want to because the old school in me is not happy about this score this late, not necessary. But this is Madden, isn't it? Yeah. This is how it works.
Rub it in. Have a day.
I mean, what does it matter? These guys who are playing in this game, there are no feelings
exactly. There. They don't have to face the guy. Well, they might if they're in the same room going head-to-head.
But that's
the virtual guys on the screen don't have to face each other after this one.
In that case, run it up.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again, and who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Houston, their winning ways